Hi FlossTube, I'm Rachel, Stitchy Rach here on FlossTube and on Instagram. It is Friday the 2nd of December and this is Flossmas number 2. Hello everyone, I made it to day 2. I know some of my regular viewers are a little sceptical that I will make it through this entire Flossmas, and I am a little sceptical too. But I have made it back for day 2 despite it now being 2:15 in the afternoon. So this morning has been pretty stacked, and then I had lunch with a friend and I had a glass of wine, the effects, also the pink cheeks. But I still made it. So there you go, crafting Kirsty. So I think Kirsty is going to run a book to see A, if I can get through Flossmas, and B, exactly how many of the previous finishes I put to one side to do something with actually get done. Her bet is not many, my bet is not many too. So today needs to be a bit quick and dirty because I still need to give the dog some exercise and need to be at school leaving to get children from school in 45 minutes. So I'm going to whiz through this. Quickly going to show you what I stitched last night. I'm going to open some advents and I'll show you one old finish and then we'll leave it at that today. So what have I worked on in the last 24 hours? So I got my out and about project out again yesterday. I sat outside a dance class for a while. This is, for those of you that didn't tune in yesterday or have short-term memory problems, this is House on Pumpkin Hill Pinky. So I'm quite punchy now, aren't I? I have to be fast, and I'm doing this 2 days in a row, and I had a glass of wine at lunchtime, so I'm all punchy. So that's what this is. And I had a little bit of progress yesterday. Here is where it is now. So I've continued down that main stalk. It's very see-through, that fabric, isn't it? It is very, very see-through. I have continued down that main stalk, it's making it worse. And I am now at that big pumpkin at the bottom, which I am outlining, and then I'll just fill in, because obviously once you've got the outline, the fill-in's easy. So I've done that middle section there, and I'll come round and do the two outer sections. So yeah, pleased with that. I'll get a little bit more done on that tonight, piano tonight. So I'll get a little bit more, and then I'll probably go away till next week. Probably won't get any out and about stitching over the weekend. That is stitched on 32 count Belfast linen in the colour charcoal by Zweigart. It is stitched 2/2 in the called for Gentle Arts threads, and I keep it in this gorgeous autumnal Penelope's Pocket project bag. So I'm going to put that to one side so it can come out with me. Then, having opened that beautiful wool yesterday, I got the real urge to knit, and I was going to go and cast on something with the Lay Family Yarn advent, because I definitely want to do the shawl from the pattern that came with the Skein and Stitch advent, the shawl. I think it might just be a little advanced for me. It probably isn't, but I don't feel confident enough to start it. It's probably a better way of saying it. So I went downstairs to knit something, to cast something on, and then found I hadn't got the right size needles. So the needles I need are on order, but it made me really want to knit. So what I did do, and I think I've left the pattern downstairs, is I've put some lipstick in there as well. Let's put that on one side. Is I picked up my roulade scarf, which I haven't worked on for ages and ages. And I think I put in 7 or 8 stripes since yesterday. So I don't know if you can see, because it's not massively obvious. Can you see that this section is this pinky, browny pink and white, and then here it's browny pink and the pale pink that's used down here. So I think I finished the last 2 stripes of the pink and white section, and I've done all that pink and pink section since yesterday. I will bring the pattern tomorrow. It's called the roulade scarf. I bought it as a kit. So all the wool came with, there's 10 different colours. It's a really, really long, almost kind of Doctor Who-y type scarf. I'll bring the pattern tomorrow. The wool is Camarose. Can I get that to focus? There you go, Camarose and it's 50% llama, 50% lamb's wool. It's quite a hairy fabric, wool. But that's where I am, and I've been really enjoying that, so I'm going to carry on hopefully getting kind of a few lines, a few rows of knitting in each day, and then hopefully when these new needles come at the weekend I'll be able to cast on the project I'm going to start with the Lee Family Yarn Advent, and I'll show that to you when I start that. And then the third thing I stitched on was I got my evening stitching out. And again, this is the same as yesterday. Oh, and the project bag's jammed. Oh, and the zip's just broken. God, hope I can get in. Okay, new project bag. It's only a cheapy one, don't worry. I've literally just snapped the zip off. The puller off the zip. The whole thing just snapped. Can I get it? Can you see? There you go, the whole top of the zip just snapped off. Okay, new cheapy project bag for this project. Doesn't need one for much longer. This is Modern Folk Embroidery, and it's a Japanese hiragana sampler. I say that different every single time. I have no idea how to say it properly. I do my best. And so last night, we didn't sit down till a bit later last night, but I did do some stitching on it, and I finished that top line of symbols. There were only 4 symbols left, and I wasn't paying attention, and I stitched one in the wrong place, and then I had to frog it. So I did stitch 5, but only 4 for the pattern. So all that's left now is just this flower border along the top. So I reckon that could be a finish by the end of the weekend. So I'll get that back out tonight and make a start on that top border. This is stitched on 40 count antique white linen by Zweigart in Silks for You PR 150. Yeah, it'd be good to get another whip ticked off before the end of the year. So that's everything I stitched on yesterday, and a broken project bag. Stitched or knitted on. I haven't knitted for ages, and it was really nice. I really enjoyed knitting yesterday and this morning. Right, shall we do some advents? Sure. Take them in a different order today. So I did look up, do you remember yesterday I was puzzling in the Lee Family Yarn box about this bigger skein, and it was an exclusive to the advent box, so it's not part of the advent box, it's not to make a project with, but you could get whatever is in here in addition to your advent box, but you could only get it if you were getting the advent box, if that makes sense. So I'll probably leave that till the 24th, unless the urge becomes too strong between now and then. So I'm just looking for packet number 2 in here. I should probably find these before we start, and it'd make the video a bit quicker. There we go. So there is number 2. And I did also check what I ordered. It was a fingering weight yarn, the Lee Family Yarn. As I said to you, I knew it wasn't a DK. I couldn't remember what it was. It was it's a fingering weight. Okay, what have we got today? Oh, this is pretty. Oh, there you go. We've got kind of a purple variegated, some little spots on it. Love that. Oh, look at that. Don't focus on me, focus on that. Look at that. Yes. So yeah, hopefully when these needles come I can get knitting with this. Oh, look, I've dropped some knitting needle out of that scarf. Oh, I didn't say as well, this is a bit hectic, isn't it? It's a bit all over the place. This chewed bag, my dog ate it, is also from Penelope's Pocket. She has those on her website. Yeah, love that. Love that. Let's do the skein and the stitch box next. So these ones are DK weight. I went for the DK weight here, and they come with the pattern that is specific to the box. Right, so looking for number 2. Number 2. Number 2. It's another kind of nice pale taupey colour. Let's have a look. Let's put them next to each other. Because in my head they're quite similar, but I suspect once they're next... No, they're not at all similar. Once they're next to each other. You see that one's a much yellower kind of beige, and this one's a much more taupey colour. I love the natural kind of tones though. Yes. Yes, liking those. I haven't got the other Lee Family yarn, the number 1 from Lee Family yarn is actually downstairs, because as I said I was literally going to go and knit something with it yesterday afternoon, and it hasn't made its way back upstairs, and as I say I'm in a little bit of a rush, so I didn't collect everything properly. So that's that. And then the third and final one today is our patchwork rabbit. Here is envelope number 2. I like the mittens. I quite like the graphics on these envelopes. They're quite cool, aren't they? So, not rattly today. I think this is thread. It feels very much like some thread today. Here we go. I was right. We have a skein of classic Colourworks spinach. And there we go. Just a really good green. That is a good Christmas green, it must be said. So that was what was in at number 2. I have my floss ring here, which was from yesterday. And so for the time being, I will pop it on the floss ring. Ooh. And we'll pop it there. So there are my 3 advents for today. Right, I'm going to quickly show you an old finish, just one today, and then I'm going to wrap it up because, as I say, a bit under the cosh today, but I made it, and that is the main thing. So, right, this piece I'm going to show you is much bigger than the pieces I showed you yesterday. I have no idea when it was stitched, sometime in my teenage years, but I haven't dated it at all. Definitely from a kit. Yeah, and I did a lot of this kind of thing when I was a teenager. And again, it's probably something I should have got out and thought about doing something with when I was when my children were born. But here we go, hold on. Here it is. So it's just a Winnie the Pooh scene with all the Disney Pooh characters there. It says at the bottom, everyone loves to play in a splashy sort of way. And I really liked Winnie the Pooh as a teenage girl. I think all teenage girls like Winnie the Pooh, don't they? But I have absolutely no idea when it was stitched, other than it must have been when I was a teenager. I'd say it's on 14 count Ada. Clearly using all the kit stuff. And my kids are a bit past Winnie the Pooh now. I don't have a house that I would put Winnie the Pooh on the wall for me. So any suggestions? I think someone suggested was it Jeanette suggested project bags yesterday? I don't know if my sewing skills are up to that. But there you go. So there is one of my old, as I say, I should have got it out when my children were little and used it to decorate the nursery. But I didn't. Maybe I put it to one side for my grandchildren. Maybe that's the answer. But that is today's. And that has been languishing in a drawer for the last 20 odd years. Right, that's all I've got for you. Thank you for coming back and joining me. I'm amazed I made it back. We'll do this again tomorrow. I won't have had a glass of wine. I'll be a bit less woo. And yeah, see you later, Stitchers. Bye.